Hey, what is up everybody? Kilryan here, beginning another video, but before we hop on into the pros and cons of Blade and Soul, I wanted to say that there will be a Masters Pack giveaway, a $125 giveaway brought to you by Blade and Soul, with more detail at the end of this video, so make sure to stick around till the end, guys, and let's hop right on in. I wanted to make a quick video regarding Blade and Soul and the pros and cons that the game offers. A lot of people are coming into the game or really curious about the game, wondering, is it worth playing? And, well, the short answer is yes, but I want to go over the pros and cons, what this game really offers. First of all, as we can see here, the graphics are really solid. Outside of some low quality textures like the crab hands, the overall graphics are really, really awesome. The world looks good around it. The slight trade-off with that is there are a lot of invisible walls, so if you're really into exploring, Blade and Soul is a little bit underwhelming in that sense, but realistically most people who are playing Blade and Soul aren't aiming to play it for the sake of exploring, for the sake of seeing the game and whatnot. The real bulk that a lot of people want to focus on is, of course, the PVE content and the PvP content. As far as PVE goes, Blade and Soul has an array of different instances, which there are quite a few of them available. And since NCSoft actually completely owns the rights and creation of Blade and Soul, since NA is actually being released at level 45, there's going to be a lot of consistent content come out, which this is awesome for us US and EU players, because we know content will be coming. We know we'll probably be getting it faster than what it was originally released in Korea, and we're going to actually be in that world. We're going to be able to experience that old school content as it was intended to be experienced, rather than like a lot of other games, World of Warcraft, where nowadays all their old content is super easy because, guess what? No one goes into those times anymore. We're not in that situation. We're not in that time in other games. So you're going to be able to experience the old school content as it was intended, and through this also be rewarded with the loot system that is in place in game. But we all know that the true bread and butter of Blade and Soul is, of course, the combat system. With it being real action combat, so that means that you can actually sidestep opponents in terms of their abilities. You can avoid, you can counter, you can react. It's very fighting game-esque. And the biggest pro of this game as a whole, if you take one thing away from this video, is that this is a skill-based, very fast, active game. A lot of games, this is not your typical. A lot of games out there, what they'll do is they're like, okay, this is the DPS rotation that you're going to use. Okay, you're just going to spam like this one button. No, this game does not allow you to do that. This game wants you to interact, wants you to be impactful, wants you to feel and really refine your character's playstyle. And Blade and Soul has captured that and really put together a combat system that utilizes every little thing that it could. And in my opinion, has done an excellent job. In PvE, this means that the PvE content is rewarding because there is no Holy Trinity. So that means that you really don't have a healer behind you carrying you. You don't have a healer behind you who's gonna, make sure you don't take any damage. You have to be there. You have to avoid the skills. You have to dodge those skill shots or whatever it may be from the bosses. Otherwise, you will die and you will cause your group to, be in peril. PvP, God, the combat system is fantastic for PvP. In my opinion, Blade and Soul is a PvP game at heart, but what the combat system allows you to do is really outplay your opponent and claw back from such close fights. I've taken a guy from I was at 10%. I was messing up the entire time. I took a guy from 10%, or while I was at 10%, he was at like 70, 80. because I had messed up so many times, and I perfectly played. I predicted all of his skills, and I eventually came back. You can't do that in tap target games, because all they have to do is they select you, boom, they just go for it. They spam buttons, and those skills are going to hit you. You are going to lose. Not in Blade of Soul. Not to mention as well, Blade and Soul is a completely free-to-play MMO. It's a completely free-to-play MMORPG, and from what I've seen across the technical alphas, the betas, as well as, heck, even on the Taiwan servers whenever I was playing on there, it is not pay-to-win. A lot of people have this fear, have this stigma of free-to-play being a pay-to-win oriented game, but NCSoft has lived true to the expectation that, and what they had said earlier, is that they don't want to make it pay to win. It's cosmetics. You can pay to look cute. You can pay to look cool. There are like slight convenience of life oriented stuff, which has honestly little to no impact on the game itself, actually. And I think that if people, as long as people come in, give it a chance, look at the cash shop or look at whatever, then guess what? There are not going to be people who have the opportunity to quote unquote pay to win, and with that in mind, why not give it a try? I know a lot of people. A lot of people don't want to drop $15 a month anymore. A lot of people don't want to drop $60 for a game that they don't even know if they're going to like or not. Like, it's a hassle to refund stuff. Just download the game, just try it out, and I can almost guarantee, especially if you come from the background of, like I said, tab target oriented MMOs or a lot of Western MMOs that have this, lack of combat depth, in my opinion, you're going to fall in love with this. For the competitive oriented player, the PvP is fantastic. I mean, I know I talked about earlier how you can claw back and everything like that, but the game is developed around 1v1s. It's not dealing with the issues that you find in other games where it's like, oh, we have 3v3 oriented stuff where, oh, all of a sudden if we buff this one class it might synergize wrong with another class, and then that makes this composition overpowered. Everything is balanced around the 1v1, which in my opinion is fantastic, because it's going to make it's less stressful for the developers to properly balance things. They don't have to dance around all of these different like skills or whatever it may be. They can just look at what one class has, how X class beats Y class too much, and then they can address that. They can slightly nerf things, and they also, not to mention, with Blade and Soul being a Korean esport, like it is a profession. There's a streamer actually, Jae Sung. You can watch him do stuff, but he was like a world champion. He actually lives off of playing Blade and Soul competitively, and so what that means is that, since they intend to keep it as an esport, the balancing being 1v1s, you're going to see consistent patches making sure everything is balanced and basically good for the game. You know what I mean? I know everyone's played other games at the point where, oh, all of a sudden, yeah, this one class is like super cookie cutter, super overpowered for such a long period of time that it's like everyone has to roll that one class, or everyone has to have that one class to feel like they can even be successful compared to the other ones. And Blade and Soul, like I said, is definitely one of the games that has a lot of focus on balance, since it's an esport. With everything I've said, I want to wrap everything up. So let's move on. Thank you all for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this convinced y'all to at least try Blade and Soul, because I know that you should have a good time with it, with everything that I kind of showcased here. And like I said at the start of the video, I am going to be giving away a $125 master pack. This can be used for your EU accounts. This can be used for your NA accounts. And it gives a lot of things. I'm going to link with this to my Master Pack video, so you can click the picture here if you'd like to get a kind of a full breakdown of it. But all you have to do to enter into this giveaway is I'm going to be doing in 2 weeks, whenever I release my next video, I will be drawing from a random comment on the video, and I'm going to make sure that you also have the video liked. So make sure to like the video as well as post a comment on here. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like the video to make sure you have a chance to win. And yeah, I'll catch y'all next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Kilryan out.